All right, what is up, everyone? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, and we did win the die roll. Playing some MTGO Vintage, as you know. We are playing Lurrus because I had the time to put together the deck, and I am pretty lazy when it comes to playing Vintage. I only play with like the decks that I have already made, and so, I just put together a Lurrus deck from MTG Top 8, and this is one of the decks that I don't know if it placed number one. I just picked honestly, I picked a random deck. So we'll just go ahead and start with a Mox Jet here. I mean, honestly, a lot of the decks are pretty stock. There's not a whole lot of variation between them. But we are going to Psychic Frog here. You always like to see a Mox Jet. Probably the second best Mox in the game. Or at least in our deck. And we're just going to keep our Git Probe for Force of Will backup. We can also discard it to Psychic Frog, which is also a reasonable play in the right setting. Alright, let's see what we got here. They're going to Polluted Delta. And I'm expecting them to play something here. Something that I can possibly counter with Force. Psychic Frog? Oh, Fatal Push. I'm going to counter this. See if they back this up with a Force. I think they're going to force this back. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, well, they've got Black Lotus. Still very scary. But I don't see another Fatal Push. Oh, we got Force back up. Cool. In that case, let's not cast the stock up. Instead, let's just attack with Psychic Frog and defend this Psychic Frog. Alright, let's see. Draw a card. Wasteland. This is a very good card. I'm going to use it. And it doesn't really matter too much. They still have 4 mana, potentially 5 mana next turn. But I'm not going to be casting stock up. I'd rather use it for Force of Will. Now, you could make the case that I'm going to find something with Force of Will regardless, so it doesn't matter. But I do like my stock ups. So maybe I do cast it. Probably if I cast it and it gets countered, then I'm out of a stock up and I'm out of a Force of Will. So that's why it's a little bit risky. But they got Wasteland, we got an Underground Sea, so let's see what they do here. They got 4 cards. I'm thinking they target the Underground Sea. My hunch is maybe they have a Fatal Push. If they have a Fatal Push, they're probably not using it off of the Black Lotus. I'm going to let this resolve. They know I don't have Orcish Bowmasters. But yeah, I'm going to let the Brainstorm resolve so I can Force of Will whatever comes next. Brainstorm is honestly like an Ancestral Recall. Like, it's like 80%, 90% of Ancestral Recall in this format. In Legacy, it's like amazing, right? Alright, well, I'm just going to float blue. See what they do here. Just force them to move to the next phase. The next phase of life, that is. And we got a Black Lotus. They got a Black Lotus. We got a Polluted Delta plus an Orcish Bowmaster. So I think we're in a good spot here. Alright, we're gonna end the turn. See what they got here. If they recall, we Orcish Bowmasters in response. If they don't do anything, we crack this. And I'm not in any rush to Orcish Bowmasters here. I'd rather Undercity Sewers and try to surveil something. This is not a bad card, but I don't know if it's useful right now. I'm going to put it in the graveyard because I think we can do better. Alright, so I am going to... Let's go Misty Rainforest. And let's just attack Let's see what they got. I'm probably going to force a will, whatever they're going to do here. Fatal Push? Oh, Orcish Bowmasters. I think I'm going to Orcish Bowmasters that in response. Let's do... No, I think we should force a will this thing. I think we should force a will it. If they counter with a force a will, alright, that's fine. They're going to force a will this. I'm going to respond with my own Orcish Bowmasters. They don't have force of will, so we should be good here. They're going to target me. I'm going to target their Orcish Bowmasters. I don't think they block with the token, do they? Unless they want to prevent me from drawing a card. Oh, okay, that's fair. We absolutely like effectively neutralized their Orcish Bowmasters, which is not a bad play. I think okay, Wasteland is scary. Oh, they're putting Lurrus in their hand. Okay. I mean, it's wide open now. We do have the ability to give this thing flying. What do they have? They have one card in hand, right? I'm going to just crack this now. I know that might be bad, but we're going to get an island. And I'd like to start drawing cards. So I'm going to discard. Yeah, I mean, nothing we have is more than 3 mana. Even if they wasteland us, we can do a lot with just 2 mana. Stock up is excellent. We're going to just do this. What do they have? Oh, Spell Pierce? Sure. I don't have any responses to this. Alright, and then I'm going to just... let's exile lands, I guess. To give this thing flying. And then... I mean, we can always double block the Lurrus if they attack me. But let's just attack with the Psychic Frog to draw a card. Alright. What can they bring back? I guess they can bring back an Orcish Bowmasters, which is a little scary. But like I said, we can keep giving ourselves flying. Yeah, this is a little scary because they can just get rid of our Orcish Bowmasters. This is not what we want to see. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any responses to this. So they're going to gain 3. Is this game 1? I feel like this is just... Yeah, this is game 1 still, right? Alright, I think we just want to exile 3 cards here. Give this thing flying. I don't care about growing the army. I think I'd rather just attack, honestly. I can honestly care less. And then let's just discard. We're just going to do the Psychic Frog thing, I guess. It's going to be a 4/5. Draw a card. They're going to get rid of the token. And they're going to have a 2/2, but I think drawing a card is necessary here. Okay, Wasteland is not bad. We can put Lurrus in our hand and not do much else beyond that. Honestly, I'm about to discard this Lurrus. But, I mean, a 4-5 flying is pretty good. I mean, they have Black Lotus, but they only have, like, one card in their hand. So I'm really not worried. Alright, they're going to do that. That's fine. They're not going to have any targets for... Alright, let me think about this. So we can actually just cast Lurrus and start chipping away with Soul Guide. What do they have? Oh, Force of Will? Okay. That's fair. I don't have any responses to that. I was not expecting Force of Will. The hard cast Force of Will. Alright, let's draw a card here. Again, I don't care about them growing the Orcish Bowmasters. What I do care about... Oh, we lose here, don't we? Yeah. Alright, let's just go ahead and move to game 2. I didn't have anything. And, yeah, I wasn't going to win that game either way with the Lurrus and the Orcish Bowmasters. Let's bring Snuff out. I don't think there's anything we could have done in that game, because them having Black Lotus every turn was just going to make me lose anyway. Let's go. Let's bring the Fatal Pushes in. Graphic Chase is interesting. I think it's just like I think it's just bring in Fatal Pushes and Snuff out, just more removal. I don't know if I really want 4 copies of Stock Up. Maybe like Treasure Cruise is bad. Lorien Revealed might be bad too. Or let's keep Lorien Revealed so that we can at least cycle. Alright. Honestly, the mirror match is like tough. I'm not used to playing Lurrus versus Lurrus, because I don't play Lurrus that often. Okay, this is a mulligan. We don't have any sources other than a Mox Ruby. Okay, this is a keepable hand. We'll ditch... Let's see... I like all of these cards. I guess the one thing we can ditch is probably the Mox Emerald. But I do like me a Mox. I guess we can probably cut the swamp. We can always find a swamp naturally. Alright, I'm down with that. Start off with a Mox Emerald. See if this gets countered. No, it's not going to get countered. What will probably get countered is the Vexing Bauble. And then I'm going to daze it. I'm fully expecting to daze whatever they got here. Hopefully they do fall for it and they force a will. Then we can Soul Guide Lantern next turn, like afterwards. Alright, this is gonna get it dazed. Do they have Force of Will? Okay. Does this resolve? Okay, it resolves. And then we'll go Soul Guide here. Exile, Force of Negation. Past the turn. That was a doozy. Alright, I'm gonna... Ooh, this is a good one. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana for it. So... I mean, I guess we can keep up with the Underground Sea and then maybe draw a card off of the Soul Guide. We could draw a card now, in case they want to, like in case they try to Orcish Bowmasters us. Yeah, let's just draw a card now. Alright, that was not bad. Because if we didn't do that, we would have just drawn the Psychic Frog and be a turn behind. But right now, I think we're looking pretty good. Like, we can hopefully find a land of some sort. Or, you know, worst case scenario, we wasteland the Undercity Sewers. And then we can just Vexing Bubble. We can crack the Vexing Bubble at any time. Oh, wasteland, sure. Gonna float blue here. Yeah, I'm not gonna crack the Vexing Bubble just yet. Alright, Force Negation's not bad, but we can't really use it with the Vexing Bauble. We could crack the Vexing Bauble to use it in the future, which is definitely a plan. They got no permanents, we have 2 permanents. And we don't have any sources that can tap for Psychic Frog, so probably cracking, like pitching to Force wouldn't be the end of the world. Alright, we did find a land, which is great. Yeah, our graveyard looks okay. I'm just trying to see if we can... We can probably fetch for Undercity Sewers and try to find another land or another source. Okay, they're going to do that end of turn, which is fine. I think the Vexing Bauble really helps in this matchup. Alright. Yeah, I don't have any responses to this. Unfortunately, I don't have any responses to that. Let's go Undercity Sewers. Maybe find like a Fatal Push or something. Ooh, Time Twister. I'm gonna get rid of this. Can't do anything with it. Mox Pearl. Alright, I think... Do I really want to crack this? Considering the fact that we don't have any other plays, I think we do. Time Walk. Okay, let's do that. Let's just cast Time Walk. Does this get countered? Probably, right? Okay, no, they just let it resolve. Because I'm not really doing anything. I'm not pressuring their life total. Alright, there's the Psychic Frog. Countered. Alright, it resolves. Cool. And we have a Force Negation to back up our board state a little bit. But I'm inclined to just let them attack me and draw a card. We have 8 cards in the deck, or in the graveyard. So we can definitely give this thing flying, but they can give their thing flying too. I'm just going to let them hit me. That's like the best thing to do right now. And see what they do here. They're just going to draw 1 card, I think. I personally like to be more aggressive with my Psychic Frogs. But that's just me. Psychic Frog. Banned in Legacy. Still legal in Modern, I think. As of the time of this recording. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's whatever. They're gonna look at the top of my library. That, I think I'm going to force a negation. Force of Will? Okay. I was going to say. Fatal Push? Oh, if this is Fatal Push, I'm screwed. Okay, Null Bomb. Alright, let's see what you got. Fatal Push. Okay, great. Just what I want to see. Let's do this now while we still can. And let's attack. They still have Lurrus in the sideboard, so if they want it, they can have it. But we can get our own Lurrus out on the field sooner, I think. Alright, let's just put this in our hand. Do I want to do this now? Probably. I mean, they might have an Orcish Bowmasters, but I think I'm fine with that. Strip Mine, okay. I just want to see what they're in. I just wanted to see the information. If they don't have Orcish Bowmasters, then that's a good thing. But even if they do, like, that's not a big deal. Lorien Revealed, probably something I'm gonna discard. We can go Lurrus into a Vexing Bauble, or probably a Soul Guide. Oh, you know what? They have Nile Spellbomb. Never mind. They probably want to do the Nile Spellbomb thing. I'm fine with that. To just put it on the record, I'm okay with them exiling my graveyard. It's like not the end of the world. These are just baubles, and we have a Psychic Frog anyway, so they're probably waiting for the perfect time to do it. I don't know if there really is a perfect time for that. Just from a philosophical standpoint. Okay. Let's see. We're not playing around Spell Pierce with this, so we might as well just cast it. And we might as well cast it with the Malx Pearl while we can. I think they want to crack this now, right? Or do they counter this? Oh, Fatal Push. Interesting. Do they let this resolve? Because if they do, then I'm just going to recast my Psychic Frog. Alright. That's fair. They're going to draw a card. Yeah, that's fair. Let's, I guess we can... I don't know if I want to cycle Lorien Revealed. I guess I can just play the land and maybe hardcast it next turn. I don't like hardcasting Lorien Revealed, but if it ever comes to it, we can do that. And if they try to, like, I don't know, Thoughtseize us or something, we can Lorien Revealed in response. Alright, they're not going to cast Lurrus this turn, so we're going to try to draw 3 cards here. Ooh, actually, change of plans. We're going to Psychic Frog. Force of Will? Okay, I was going to say, if they were going to Force of Will us, then I'd rather them Force of Will than, like, our Lorien Reveal was going to get Force of Willed anyway. Let's see what they got here. Is this an Orcish Bowmasters? Yeah, that's fine. I can't actually do anything about this. I'm glad I didn't cast the Lorien Revealed. I'm going to gain 3 life here, which is fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but, you know, we can probably just discard the Lorien Revealed to Psychic Frog. We won't have enough to give this thing flying, but I still think it's probably worth it. Okay, now they got Lurrus. I think we lose here. And this is a very drawn out game, so I know I like to try my best sometimes, but it can be hard when it's a control mirror. It can get very messy. So they can actually... I think that one Psychic Frog loses to a Psychic Frog plus 2 other things. I don't really want to... Yeah, honestly, I don't know what to do here. I think I'm probably willing to concede in this standpoint. Yeah, let's concede. I don't really have anything to do. And they're in a very, like, I don't know. It's pretty clear they're gonna win. Sometimes it's right to concede because you don't want to waste time. And it sounds like, I mean, let's just looking at the hand, right? They have 3 cards in hand. I have 2. They have 3 creatures. I have 1. One of which is one of their creatures, and I've got 5 mana, 2 of which are not blue or black, and they have 5 mana, all of which are either blue or black. So I'm gonna say this is probably their game, and I mean they were in a commanding lead. And so I think that it's okay to concede in this situation because it's definitely like they have a commanding lead. They are going to win, like pretty obviously, evidently going to win. I don't know if there's anything that I could potentially top deck that would beat this board state, but sometimes it makes sense to concede for the sake of time and for the sake of like your own wellness. Because playing through games when it's obvious that you're going to lose, it makes a lot more sense to just let it happen. Now, if this were a Grand Prix or Pro Tour, I guess you could keep playing, but I don't think it's bad sportsmanship to concede here because you really aren't going to win this board state. Looking at everything, like it's pretty lopsided, right? But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. Was I right to concede here or not? Otherwise, hope you have a good day, and I will see you all next time. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy vintage content. Take it easy.